Hello, everyone. This is Chris Keekstra and Mike Childress today.
Meanwhile,
coming
back
to you,
ranch.
coming to you after our board meeting today for May. It's late in May because we have so many meetings that we go to. Legislative meeting, Real Trends meeting, and T3 are all in the last couple of weeks. So we've been busy traveling, getting new information from what's going on around the country and also in the industry. So it's been good to get trained and to hear what's going on around the country. But we had our meeting today, and we are going to talk about some of the things we talked about. There's just a lot going on. It seems like every May at Garrard, there's just a ton going on. So we're going to talk about some of those things. The first one we'll talk about is the schoolhouse program. The program that we're trying to help schools out. We're finding out there's a lot of different needs in schools. We're asking for that information. There's a lot of need out there, and you can pick up these boxes, but I'm not going to go into all about it. But if you want to learn more about it, look at your weekly mailing or find that video.
Great opportunity to donate.
Yep. And then we also are working on some best practice videos. We're working on getting some of those edited. But we talked about delays. When you put a delay for showings or offers on your listing, there's some best practices that the grievance committee came up with, and we made a couple videos on that, so you'll be seeing those coming out soon. That's all we can say about that. We have to do major editing because I was involved, so there's a lot of editing that needs to be done.
Well,
so
just to understand, it's not necessarily Garrard's opinion. It's best practices from multiple different people to give them get an idea from multiple different agents and their perspectives and how something like that can be done, because it's not always black and white. It's a very gray area of all the different things that can happen in every transaction.
And you guys want more training. So one of these things is when you do best practices is people wonder what's the best way to do this. Well, here's a few ideas that we're going to be showing you of how you can do it. So we're going to be doing a lot more of that hopefully over the next few months. So Challenge 126.
126 day, yes.
You know anything about it?
I was out of town. I was at one of the conferences.
I was out. I don't know why they scheduled that when I was gone, but they did. But it was a huge success. Hopefully you saw the pictures online. And
together we will stand, light it will fall. Come on now, people, let's get on the ball and work together. Come on, let's work together. Now, people, say now together we will stand. Every boy
involved. Thank you to each member who got involved and did work. I saw the pictures, and there was some major work done to make things look a lot better around some of these schools, and these schools are so thankful for that help. And then they worked at the, I'm going to forget the name of that place, Home Repair Services.
That's it.
Home Repair Services, and those guys did a great work there too. So, and the blood drive. So thanks for everyone who participated in that, and hopefully we'll get 127 people next year, because we're going to keep doing that for the years to come. Next thing, hackathon.
Hackathon, huge success.
Huge success.
Over 100 members came out to...
Well, 21 teams, about 100 members, and they came up with a lot of ideas. We talked about a lot of them at the boardroom table today. We're going to put a couple task force together to expand on some of those ideas, and so you'll see that kind of coming out, and we'll see what we can make out of some of those ideas in the future. But a lot of great ideas came out of there, and just a couple of things that came out of there. I'll just say one for sure is people believe that we need a lot more education, and being in this business, it's so easy with just the 40-hour class that came up so many times that we need more training. And I think everybody's in professionalism, and we've heard that how many years now?
Well,
I've been in this business 19 years, and I think it comes up
every
all the
year,
time.
for sure. We're always talking about professionalism and different things like that. And I think professional to me is always a code for more education. So it says, hey, that agent isn't very professional, or that agent is super professional. And it really just depends on, it's like, they just have a very clean, clear way of conducting business. And so really that's just an educational situation to me.
Yep. Which kind of ties into, we had our first GRAR West chapter inaugural event yesterday out in Zeeland, and that's the one thing that came out of there is they would like GRAR to bring more educational stuff over to the west side of town so that they don't have to drive all the way out here. And so we're going to be looking at things to do with that. But the GRAR West chapter, what a great event last night. What a bunch of great people. The Vice chapter's been a great success, and to now have the GRAR West chapter up and running and having a newsletter and doing meetings every month or every other couple months is another great thing for GRAR. So
you had about 40 to 50 people, I think, show up.
Yeah, something like that.
Fantastic turnout.
One of the things we need you as members to do to make sure we have a accurate, put you in the right chapter, is to update your home address on the GRAR website. So if you haven't done that in a long time, that's probably, and you've moved, it's probably not correct. But we would like to know the home address of where you live and where your office is. Obviously, we already know where your office is, but if you can update that, then we can know what chapter you can be a part of. And we're going to put everyone into a chapter, and then you'll be able to opt which chapter you feel like you best relate with. So that's coming up in the near future, but you can help us a ton by just updating your home address in the GRAR website for now. So that's something that comes up.
And the possibility of more than one chapter, if that's how you feel as well, if you want to be involved. So
correct.
There is that possibility.
The other part, or why we need your address in there, is for the key box thing coming up. The new key boxes that we're having, we're going to be supplying Supra access to anyone who has on the Lakeshore part of town. We're part of the Lakeshore territory, so that they'll still have key box access over there, but we don't know if you're part of that area of town if you don't have an updated address in GRAR.com. So please get that updated in the near future. What about key boxes? Where are we at with that?
Well, we got this. We're going. Obviously, a lot of people, they should know if they haven't. We're moving from Supra to Centra, and that's going to happen in a couple of weeks. But there's been some concern or uneasiness, I guess, is which lockbox who we're going to use, what we're going to, different key fobs or if we'll have
fobs,
key fobs.
no more fobs.
No more fobs are going to be eliminated. We won't have to deal with that anymore. But we all will have Centra. And so since Centra is be an app on your phone, but on top of that, if you don't live in the geographic area of what we called it is the Wimlar area, where we were going to give the opportunity for access for the agents, not people that don't live in that area like myself, still will have the ability to purchase a key or the app, I guess, to access Supra also. So we have the best of both worlds is really what I'm getting at. We have the opportunity to travel any which way that we need to in our Lakeshore or West Michigan down to the Indiana border, that we'll be able to access anything that we need to. So I think it's a great opportunity for us, and we have really the best of both worlds.
We had 2 emails that came out, and one is for the training, and one is for setting up an account with Central Lock. So make sure you got both of those emails. If you didn't, check your spam, and you make sure you find both of them. Set up an account with Central Lock, and get the app on your phone, and then also set up for a time for training and to come down and get your access. So literally, if you do it right, if you do those 2 things I just said, you'll be able to come in on your training day. They're going to train you how to open a box, how to get the shackle code off a box, and how to do contractor codes and one-day codes. But you'll be able to walk in, learn that, get access, and go. That's how. That's the difference. But if you walk in and you didn't do those 2 things, it's going to take you longer. So, and it's really easy. It took me 3 minutes, I think.
Yeah, we were competing. It says, I got mine downloaded in 30 seconds. So basically, it's very quickly is what we're saying is it doesn't take very long. Make sure that app is ready to go, and so.
And if you have any troubles downloading the app, like you can't find it, like one of my agents in my office could not find the app, it wasn't an option for them. It means you either have an old phone and you have to update your operating system on it, and that's what I'm going to do when I get back to my office today, is help him update his operating system. But if you have any of those issues, we'd like to know about it now, because in June we're going to be really busy transferring them. So any problems you have with downloading the app, we can solve now. So I can't emphasize that enough, is we want no problems when it comes to transferring them. So if you do those 2 things now, when you get here, it's going to be an easy transfer. All right, and so this is for the brokers. You're going to have old key boxes to bring back, and they have a lithium battery in them. So we're still saying bring them back to us, and we'll dispose of them properly. You just don't want to throw them in the trash. It's just like when you get on the airplane, they tell you to make sure you don't have any lithium batteries in your luggage. It's the same reason. You don't want those lithium batteries in the landfill, and we want to make sure they are disposed of properly. So we will be taking those back. So collect them in your offices and get them back here. You will take them now. If you want to bring them back now, we'll take them now, and then when we get to the transfer time, we'll give you all the new ones. So what else? Want to talk about market stats?
Market stats.
New program for us, new thing that a benefit of membership. So the market stats, you should get an email about it. It's been in your weekly mailing again. How many times am I going to say weekly mailing today? But check it out. I'm just going to say you're going to be wowed by what information you can get out of there. Everyone who's tried it has said to us, wow, this is pretty awesome. You can narrow it down by town, by area. You can make a custom area if you want. But there's just so much you can do for stats, and you're going to be the most educated people in real estate, which is what we want all our agents to be. So.
That's education and professionalism, right? Is you look the part. You look the part because you are the part. You have this data. You know how to manipulate it. You can explain it to your customers. I mean, that's just exactly what we need to be doing.
So that's about it right now. One last thing is that I'm going to make pancakes for you all next week, and Mike's going to help, and the rest of the board members are. And we want you to show up for this because I make pancakes for my kids, and I feel like you're all my kids, but really that's not. So anyways, I want you to come next week, Wednesday from 9 to 11. We are going to have a silent auction, and we have some great prizes on that silent auction. We got a huge TV, a Nest thermostat, and a vacuum. What's a vacuum? I'm just
that's like a DJ Roomba, something like that.
And a few other things for silent auction.
Fantastic! I need one of those, and I love myself some pancakes.
So we'll have pancakes. We're going to have mimosas, I believe. So if you just come for those, you're welcome to do that. But it is an RPAC event. The emphasis is really for a gathering of our agents. You guys like to get together. So come on down between 9 and 11 next week, Wednesday. We'll make you pancakes and all the stuff that goes with pancakes. I'm sure it's more than just pancakes. There'll probably be bacon and sausage and those kind of things. At least that's what I like to eat with my pancakes.
Whatever it takes, right?
But we want you to show up. So it's a $20 donation to RPAC if you come. But we really just want you to come and bid on the silent auction items and hang out with us. So anything else you want to add?
Nope, that's perfect. You said it all.
All right. Have a good month. We'll see you in a couple weeks.